Let's talk growth mindset for a sec. Well, growth mindset is a belief system that one has that allows them to believe in the fact that abilities and intelligence can be acquired through dedication and hard work, quite contrary to a fixed mindset individual who believes that abilities and intelligence are something that people are born with, and you know what, if you have it, you have it, and if you don't, you don't. They just don't believe in the concept that all of that can be easily acquired through some dedication, focus, and hard work. Now, people with growth mindset are very quick to accept challenges and challenging situations, and they see effort or hard work as a way to mastery of their craft, as compared to someone with a fixed mindset who believes that, you know what, if you don't have a talent, putting any kind of effort into it is going to be futile because you just don't have it. They don't see that as a stepping stone to polishing their skills or polishing their talent. The main thing here is people with a growth mindset embrace criticism because they know that they can take that as critical or constructive criticism and actually use it to their advantage. Whereas people with a fixed mindset are very negatively affected by criticism. They see that as a threat and like a danger in their face instead of actually embracing the criticism, learning from that criticism, and using it to their advantage. Now, for example, if you're a very good painter or a very good chef, a lot of people have told you that even though you went to that college to get that degree, you were probably someone who was born with that innate talent. Is because you know what, you need to have the artistic ability to draw, an artistic ability to paint, or that artistic ability to cook and chef something up. However, these are some traits that a nobody, a person, a random person from the street, if you were to teach that person these skills, that person will be able to replicate it very uncannily in a way that, you know what, it looks like, okay, this person's actually born with that talent, but probably not. This person has acquired that talent. This person has polished his skills with that talent, and you know what, he's actually gone forward with it. He hasn't given up on that talent, and he's mastering his craft. And that's when you feel like, oh, this person is really talented, but actually it's not talent, it's just focused, dedicated hard work and effort. What happens is, once you embrace the growth mindset, you become a lot more open and you have a very different perspective with regards to risks and failures, because you don't look at them the same way as you would if you had a fixed mindset. Now you have a growth mindset, so now you're thinking about, oh, you know what, I found one way it's not going to work. Like, this was really something complicated that I did, and I really want to learn from this. Let me see and let me figure out different ways it will work, definitely, and something that'll actually up my forte. And also, you know what that's doing? It's not just helping you with your career or your professional life, it's actually helping you with your own personal goals, because now you know that you can persist on that path. You can actually persist on that difficult terrain that leads towards your goals, and you know you're going to make it. You know you're going to achieve the end result that you're looking for, is because now you have the capacity to be able to actually bounce back from any situation that's thrown towards you. And not just that, you're also very confident in yourself, in the fact that, you know what, I can get over anything, I can fix myself, I can learn from this, I can embrace this, I can change this, I can actually regulate this and make it work for myself. Now, how are you going to evaluate yourself? This is some time for some self-assessment. How are you going to understand whether yourself has a growth mindset or a fixed mindset? What you're going to do is, you're going to take a blank piece of paper and I'm going to give you a bunch of questions. How is it that you react to difficult situations? Or when some things don't go your way, do you look at them? And you have to be very honest about this. You can't just be like, oh, you know what, we have that ability where we're like, oh, I want to think positively, but you're actually trying to trick yourself. It's not going to work for you. I'm trying to work for you, and I'm trying to make things work for you in the long run. So you have to be very honest with yourself when you answer these questions, where you're like, oh, if I'm faced with a challenging situation, how do I react? Do I panic? Do I freak out? And do I tap out and be like, you know what, that's it, I can't do this anymore? Or do you stay there? Even though you're confused, even though you're paranoid, even though you're scared, you're like, oh, this did not work out. Do you still stay there and be like, you know what, all right, fine, I probably need more knowledge, I probably need more information, I probably need help, I need mentorship, I need guidance, I need something to take this forward, in the sense, because all of my knowledge has come to a cap where, you know what, it's probably not moving forward. I need somebody else to help me out. Do you seek help? Do you actually help yourself by looking up for solutions online, looking into YouTube or doing something like that? Is that something you do, or do you just give up entirely? That's going to help you assess. That's going to help you assess so good what kind of mindset you have and what kind of mindset you need to consciously work toward. And if you journal, it's even more effective because, yes, you can write about instances throughout your day and how your day went and what kind of perspective you really even have on that day. Like, do you have a good perspective? Are you looking for the good things, or are you looking for things to get pissed off at, or to get angry at, or to get sad about, or are you just in a negative headspace altogether? Because that just tells me that you're in a fixed mindset already, because growth and negativity don't go hand in hand. Now, there are some common signs that could actually help you assess yourself or the people around you or your friends or anybody else. Majorly just for yourself, so don't critically analyze anybody else. So, if you do not have a positive reaction to other people's success, that is, you feel threatened or if you feel jealous by other people's success, or with the way other people live, or their lifestyle, or the kind of opportunities that they have, or what, you just kind of seem to give up too soon as there is a problem, as soon as you encounter a situation that is difficult and that's something beyond your expertise to tackle, you don't go seeking help, you give up. If that's the kind of person you are, and you know what you are, so hey, whatever. So if you know who you are and you understand what I'm talking about, you're in a fixed mindset. Also, if you're very quick to judge yourself in the sense that, oh, I don't know how to do that, like, you don't even try, like, you don't even ask the other person a question that whether can you train me on this, can I be trained on this, can you please educate me on this. You don't even give the other person a chance to explain that to you, and you just decide that for yourself, where you're like, oh, I can't do that, I'm not qualified enough. Or on the other hand, you're too busy and you're too preoccupied looking or appearing smarter than you actually are, so that other people don't teach you anything, or other people don't get to criticize you or don't judge you for your lack thereof. You're too scared to actually embrace your intellect in the way that it is, rather than, and then you actually try to complicate it by appearing and looking a lot more smarter than you really are, but you're just too scared to embrace all of that. I know that sounds like a mouthful, but hey, if you know, you know, and you have a fixed mindset, my friend. Now that you've assessed whether you have a fixed mindset or a growth mindset, now it's time to change yourself from that fixed mindset and go to that growth mindset era, because we need to be there, because that South Spectrum is having a lot of fun, people. So what you're going to do here is you're going to get all the help you need at this point. Like, you're going to surround yourself with help. You're going to drown in help, and you're going to help yourself by watching YouTube videos where people are very motivating, where they are in a growth mindset, where they speak positively of the situations and the people in their life, where they have a good mindset about money, relationships, health, career, everything. They are just in that era where they're like, oh, I'm trying to uplift myself, no matter, like, they speak very highly and positively of themselves and the people around them, because that's also going to allow you, and that's going to force you to speak highly of yourself and of the people around you, because that just means that you are already in that growth era. You're already in that growth mindset, because your mindset needs to be trained. It's just like training a dog. I know I'm comparing your mind and a dog, but it's exactly like training a dog. You need to do it a couple of times till the point you tip the scales in the favor of the growth mindset. And if you're going from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset, it's going to be a hell of a ride, because your brain is going to try and pull you back into situations or scenarios or those areas where the brain felt comfortable, even if that comfort zone was very toxic, very narcissistic, very not good for your health. But just because your brain is so comfortable in those areas, it's going to try and pull you back. So you have to catch yourself. Do me a favor and catch yourself as soon as possible whenever you find yourself slipping, whether that be about money, whether that be about opportunities, whether that be about knowledge, skills, friendships, relationships, health, any area of your life. If you feel like you're slipping, for example, if you're trying to go from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset and you have limiting beliefs about money or limiting beliefs about opportunities, now again, if you feel like, money is hard to come by, making money is difficult, you need to work very hard for money. If you have all of these limiting beliefs, you need to get rid of that first. And look no further because I have a whole different podcast for that. So go check that out. I'm going to link it somewhere here. So you need to go check that out. That's going to help you resolve all of your limiting beliefs once and for all, because then you can actually start doing the real internal work that you need to do in order to get to that growth mindset. This is going to be a process. So be very compassionate with yourself and don't judge yourself while you're doing it. And don't try and be too hard on yourself. You know what? If you do go down a negative spiral once or twice here and there, it's completely fine. Everybody does. Let me normalize that. Let's not talk about toxic positivity and toxic growth, every mindset and everything. Just because you know what you're working on yourself doesn't mean you need to be toxic towards yourself. It's okay to go down a negative spiral sometimes, but the key factor here is you're going to catch yourself. You're going to bring yourself out of that. You're not going to stay there for too long, because when you sit in shit for too long, you start smelling like shit. You're not trying to do that, isn't it? Hey, you know what? People fall in shit sometimes. It's completely fine. If you've stepped in shit, move out of it. Wash your foot and go on. Okay. A major thing that's going to actually help you to move from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset is having goals, having ambitions, and having a to-do list on a regular basis. That could either be a daily to-do list, a weekly list, a monthly list. Whatever suits and whatever floats your boat, you do that. But what that's going to do is it's going to actually allow you, and it's going to make sure that you have something to look forward to on an everyday basis. Now you have a goal towards the end of this month to lose 5 kgs, for example. You're like, I'm going to try and lose 5 kilos by the end of this month. What that's going to do is that's going to allow you to plan out your diet, plan out your workouts, what kind of foods you need to eat. So you're going to start researching about a variety of foods, or you know what, if you want to simplify your job and you don't have that much time, you're going to look for a dietitian or a nutritionist who can help you achieve the results within that set given time. So now again, it's giving you something to look forward, and you're actually growing and evolving as a person, because now you've lost that 5 kilos, you've saved yourself from any of the deadly diseases that you could have encountered throughout your life just because of those extra kilos. If you're a woman, you've saved yourself from a lot of PCOS and PCOD situations. So, you know what? Congratulations. You've done yourself a favor. And just by simply having a goal that you're looking forward to, and basically having something that you're looking forward to every single day, helps you stay motivated, helps you reinforce that kind of inspiration you want to go about your day. And just because you're working on one goal, that's going to affect every area of your life, and you're going to allow yourself space to have goals in every area of your life. Relationship goals, career goals, personal goals, fitness goals, money goals. Now you're going to put goals in every different area of your life, and you're going to have something to look forward to within those goals, because now you know that, you know what, all right, fine, hey, you know what, I've accomplished that weekly goal or that weekly task. You've actually accomplished your goals and you know you're capable of doing that. What that did is it boosted your self-confidence. It actually instilled a sense of self-esteem. Like it literally put you on a pedestal, because now you feel so highly of yourself, you think so highly of yourself, that you know what, you're gonna set, and you're gonna have this innate belief that you're gonna be able to achieve all of the goals in various areas of your life, be it whatever area of your life, because you know that everything can be acquired, everything can be learned, everything can be adapted to, everything can be instilled within you. You can become anything and anyone you want who already has those goals that you're looking forward to. You can learn all of those skills, you can adapt to that level of, and while you're working towards your goals and your ambitions and your desires, you're also celebrating your success. You're also celebrating small wins. You're taking all the small wins you can, because come on, hey, you know what? That's going to give you instant gratification. And that's also going to help you. Instant gratification is not all bad. I think we've always painted instant gratification in a bad light, but I don't think it's that bad, because that again helps you stay motivated, stay inspired, stay knowledgeable, stay focused. And you know what? Keep upping your game to the point you've actually achieved what you wanted to achieve. Again, self-talk is going to play a very important role in this, because your self-talk is what's going to help you achieve all of your goals. Because if you have a negative self-talk, if you criticize yourself a lot, if you actually hate yourself, and you know what, you look down on yourself, you judge yourself, that's going to lead nowhere. That's absolutely going to lead nowhere. Like, where are you going? No, that's not where you want to go. You are going to improve your self-talk. Use affirmations if you really need to. Physically write affirmations that actually are suited for your particular situation, or just YouTube affirmations, Google affirmations, Pinterest affirmations, doesn't matter. Just use general affirmations till the point it actually shifts or clicks in your brain that, you know what, no, you're the prize. Like, you're the one, you're the creator, you're the one who creates everything in your life. So you need to have very, very, very amazingly good self-talk, in the sense that it uplifts you, it boosts you. You need to be your number one fan. Like, it actually needs to motivate you and inspire you. Like, you need to motivate you and inspire you to another level. Forget motivation and inspiration from anybody else or anything around you, because that is absolutely pointless. External validation is pointless. Literally seeking anything from anybody outside of you is pointless. You need to go within, you need to actually go inside and figure out what is wrong, figure out what you need, and fulfill all of those needs by yourself. Why I keep saying self-talk is very important is because it's going to influence your beliefs and actions. Now, hey, if you believe you can do anything and you can get over anything, you will get over anything. You will absolutely get over anything. Like, no matter how bad that situation is, no matter how difficult the situation was, you got over it and you got out of it. But again, if you believe that you can't do it, you won't be able to do it. Even if it's the simplest of the simplest things, you won't be able to do it, just because your self-talk is so negative. It's just because you're so underconfident and you're so like insecure within yourself, where you're like, oh, I can't achieve this, I can't do it because of XYZ reasons. Like, who cares about those reasons? Those reasons can be acquired. Those skills can be learned. Those talents can be harnessed. You don't need to worry about all that. All you need to keep saying to yourself is you can do it. If you've put your mind to it, you can achieve it. Having a growth mindset actually affects your career a lot, because that's going to allow you to learn new skills, be open to new opportunities, be open to new careers, be open in a sense where it actually allows you to grow and fulfill all of your ambitions, and does not allow you to sleep on your skills. Because hey, someone with a fixed mindset would be like, oh, I'm just qualified for X, Y, and Z, so I'm just going to practically apply for those jobs. However, someone with a growth mindset is going to be open for something that goes beyond and above their career. Of course, they might want to expand in their own career, learn new skills, acquire new talents, and you know what, harness more and more of that growth in their career and in their field. Or they could actually switch their career. They could be open to anything. See, a person with a growth mindset is very open, very ambitious, very driven, but very open to new opportunities, new learnings. Now, why is it so important to have a growth mindset when it comes to your career or your professional life? Is because you will become stagnant after a point if you don't work on yourselves, on your abilities to communicate effectively, to improve your own skills, to improve your writing skills, your analytical skills, your critical thinking skills, while also improving on all the other skills that you have or you need for that particular role that you're in or particular career that you're in. For example, if you're not taking courses, if you're not taking classes, after a point, if you're not in that growth mindset, and if you're somebody with a fixed mindset where you're like, oh, Excel is too complicated and I just can't do Excel. No, it's actually not. You just need a bunch of courses who explain it, who explain Excel simply in a way that, you know what, it's not as complicated to you anymore, or you figure out a way in how to use Excel confidently and in the way that it actually suits you and benefits you in the long run. That's how you're going to actually effectively manage and remove that fear you have around that particular skill or that particular course. But again, you have to go on that journey yourself. You need to take up that class or that lesson or that skill yourself, and you need to indulge yourself into that and just be like, you know what, no, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure out a way that actually works for me and it's simple enough for me to understand. That's when you know that, you know what, okay, fine, I'm in a place where I'm growing, I'm evolving, I'm actually excelling in the field that I want to excel in, and I'm actually learning new things, I'm learning new crafts. That's actually building up a lot of resilience, it's actually building up a lot of strength, it's actually building up a lot and lot of that ability to handle tough situations. Is because now when you're in a tough spot, you know exactly what to do, because you do have the right skill sets and you do have the right kind of mindset to be able to evolve from that particular situation. This also contributes towards an improved self-esteem, a boost in your self-confidence, self-improvement. Hello, that's all we're about. And also, companies these days are looking for people with a growth mindset, because that allows for collaborations, that allows for engagement, that allows for learning opportunities, that allows for people to actually, work together effectively with good communication skills while you're contributing towards team building. It also allows that person to be a lot more confident in their abilities, and you know what that does, it allows them to be very adaptable, very flexible wherever required. And they also know how to use everything to their advantage, because now they're not looking down on themselves. Their self-talk is out of this world. They're extremely confident, their abilities are extremely powerful, and they're able to achieve anything that they put their mind to just because they can see the good in anything and everything that they do. Their professional area is amazing at this point. Also, a person with a growth mindset can very easily adapt to an ever changing and ever evolving market. They know how to fulfill those needs when it comes to that market, or when it comes to where they stand, what their position needs to be in that market. They know how to acquire those skills, acquire those abilities, get that experience, be patient about it, just embrace the learning curve that comes with their job, that comes with their title, that comes with the market, or just the field that they want to be in. They just understand all of that on a deeper level, and they're open to all of that. They're open to change, they're open, and they're flexible. Growth mindset can also help you embrace relationships on a very different level, because that allows you to open yourself up emotionally. It also fosters room for empathy, for understanding, for communication. It also allows you to embrace flaws, which is a very less spoken factor, because now you understand that, you know what, there's always room for improvement. There are some things that, of course, you cannot tolerate, and those are your boundaries. But hey, nobody's perfect, and you kind of embrace that. You kind of see that as an opportunity to grow and evolve with the other person, and not just like personal relationships. It could also mean relationships with your friends, it could also mean platonic relationships, it could also mean work relationships, it could mean relationships in any and every area of your life, because now that you have a growth mindset, you can see arguments, fights, and little criticism here and there as something that's actually allowing you to understand the other person a little more better. You're getting an insight into their mind, into their heart, and how they think and who they are as a person. And that kind of allows you to build that connection with that person. And now you embrace the other person for who they are, instead of trying to create a very structured narrative of who they should be in your own mind, and then it kind of disheartens you. A person with a fixed mindset would always see the other person for who they want to see the other person to be, and not for who the other person is. They won't even try to get to know them. They would just judge them, criticize them, and again, that is all coming from their own insecurities, because they judge themselves and they criticize themselves. So you know what, don't be that person. That's absolutely not needed. So when you have a growth mindset, it actually helps you evolve and flourish and have loving, healthy relationships. The same thing goes when it comes to improving your fitness and your health, because now that you have a growth mindset, you know that you can evolve in different areas of your life. You can try out different workouts. You have a goal that you're looking forward to, and you know exactly how and what you need to do to get there. So you're on top of your game. You're actually on top of your routine. You have a fixed regimen that you follow that actually is going to allow you to get to your end goal and end result a lot more quicker. And you know what, that's only going to happen because you have a growth mindset. Because even if you fumble, even if you fall short, even if sometimes some days are difficult. We're all human beings, and sometimes we don't feel like being on top of our game, so we just don't feel like it, but we still show up. That's what's going to happen with your growth mindset, because you're not going to judge yourself, you're not going to fumble, and you're not going to go down the negative spiral where you just like self-loathe and self-hate. No, but instead you're going to see that as an opportunity to take care of yourself, so that you can again get back on track later on and do the thing that you need to do to get to that end result. Now, how can you actually strategize into implementing a growth mindset in every area of your life? The first thing you're going to do is you're going to approach new skills with curiosity rather than fear. You're not going to be fearful of new skills or fearful of trying new things, because that's how you're going to be able to get better at it, people. That's how you're going to get there. That's how you're going to master that skill or master that art that you're looking to master. So yeah, initially it might be all nerves because you're new and you don't know what you're doing, and you might fail. Hey, let's be honest here, you might even fail in the first attempt. But that's it. That's not the end of story. Like, keep trying, because now you know that, okay, this is one way it's not going to work. I'm going to probably give it another shot and see, oh, that worked. The second time it may work or may not work, but at least now you're more confident in your ability, where you're like, oh, I know, because I self-assessed myself and I know where I went wrong, so I could switch certain things up and actually implement them and make sure that this works successfully and I get a positive result in the end. So when you're learning new skills or learning anything new, you're going to take small steps. You're not going to take leaps, because again, what small steps do is, once you accomplish one small step, you're going to get like an instant gratification. That's going to again motivate you and lift you up. It's not going to put you down, because if you take a heap of a step, you're just going to be too overwhelmed, because you don't know what you're doing. It's a new thing in the first place. You're kind of setting yourself up for failure, and you don't really want that. You want to approach it steadfast, steadily, consistently, persistently, and slowly to the point that you actually achieve and complete that skill, and then you can keep polishing it or building on top of it. How are you going to overcome obstacles when it comes to going from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset? Yes, the first thing that you're going to face is you're going to face obstacles when you're doing all of that. Is like, oh my god, I have fear of failure, because all of this negative self-talk, all of these limiting beliefs are going to pop up, and you know what, they're going to become a lot more prominent once you decide that you're actually shifting your state from fixed to growth. So what you're going to do is you're going to reframe your mindset. You're going to rewire your brain every single time the negative thought pops up. Hey, you know what, if those feelings come up, it's fine, it's completely fine. Everybody has negative feelings, don't judge yourself for it. But what you're going to do is you're going to catch yourself. You're going to absolutely catch yourself, and you're going to rewire that thought. In the sense, every single time you have a negative thought about any particular situation or a person, you're going to rewire that into something positive about that particular situation or that particular person. How you're going to do that is you're going to actually take your self-talk very seriously. You're going to have a very positive self-talk. You're going to embrace everything good about yourself without banishing or judging the bad things about yourself. You're going to focus on your strengths. What that does is it allows you to focus on strengths in different situations, in different people, in different circumstances. So that already has put you onto a growth mindset pedestal. It's already put you in a place where you're positive about that particular situation or that person or that circumstance. You're looking for the good, so you're going to find the good. And that's how you're going to actually rewire your brain to look for the good in every situation, look for the learning in every situation, look for the positivity in any situation, outcome, or person. Again, the second obstacle you might actually come across is how are you going to stay consistent and persistent, because some people just do it for a couple of days and then they're like, oh, that's it, I've forgotten about it, or you know what, it's out of my mind, out of sight. So I just don't know how to stay persistent or stay consistent on this journey. You're going to set yourself for success, in the sense you're going to set yourself daily tasks, goals, and again, you're not going to overwhelm yourself. You're going to put small tasks on your to-do list in your phone app, where you're just like, oh, I need to go through this and that, and you're going to tick it off, whether that be simple things. Now, for example, again, let's go back to the goal where you want to lose 5 kgs in that particular month. So if you have a goal today where you're like, I'm going to work out for 1 hour today, either in the morning or in the afternoon, you're going to schedule that in. You're going to go and you're going to break that workout into bits again. For example, if you're going to stretch for 10 minutes, if you're going to walk the treadmill for 10 minutes, if you're going to do weights for 20 minutes, all of that needs to be broken down. So you're again reducing your intellectual load, your cognitive load, and you don't really have to think. You just need to go in there, do your thing, because you have everything written down. You've broken your big goal down into small goals. Again, that was a small goal. Working out was a small goal in one day, and you've broken that down again into steps, because now you know exactly what you need to do throughout the day. That's going to help you achieve that weight loss. So you're one step closer to that weight loss. So that's how you're going to simplify the whole process for yourself. How are you going to stay focused on that track of growth mindset? Like, how are you going to persist on that growth mindset track? Is you're going to check in with yourself every single day. Yes, if you journal and if you write, you're going to give gratitude every single day. Okay, even that's for like 5 little things that happened and that went right throughout the day. You're going to find those 5 things in that day, and you're going to give gratitude for those 5 things. That puts you on a frequency of gratitude and love and abundance, and those are the highest frequencies that, you know, in the chart of frequencies, and that's going to put you in a good mood automatically. And that just means that you're in a state of growth, you're in a state of a good, healthy, positive mindset. This is needless to say. You have your daily habits in place, you have your daily intentions and goals, that you have something to look forward to every single day when you wake up. So that automatically puts you on a track of persistence and consistency, because you know you need to get this done within this particular month, week, whatever your goal might look like, and you know you've got a target to achieve. So you're going to do that work, where no matter how you feel, no matter how good you feel, no matter how bad you feel, no matter what you feel, you're going to still do that thing, because you know that's going to take you one step closer, and that big goal is going to make you feel so good. Like that feeling is unmatched. So you're just going to keep pushing till the point you actually get that goal. Again, you're going to reflect on your mindset. You do not have to be in a negative Nancy mindset. You need to be in a very positive state of mind. You need to be in a very amendable state of mind, a very peaceful, a calm state of mind to be able to persist with the growth mindset. Again, for that, you're going to have to get rid of your limiting beliefs, your negative self-talk. I keep saying this over and over again because you need to understand how important this is. You're going to sit with yourself, you're going to journal all of your thoughts and feelings. The best way to do it is do that. And you're going to be very honest with yourself. If you have negative feelings, if you have negative thoughts throughout that day, you know where your mindset is like. So you need to tip the scales. You need to be 51% on the positive side of the spectrum, and you do that for yourself, whether that be consciously or however you want to do it. Mostly it's consciously. Is that, you know what, whenever you do have a negative thought, you look for a positive thing in that thought and you kind of reframe that thought, or you reframe it to an entirely different thought. So whenever you have a negative thought, you focus on working on yourself, you focus on your affirmations or something. For example, if you have a limiting belief pop up sometime here and there, you're just going to completely ignore that limiting belief and you're going to go inside, you're going to do the inner work, you're going to stand your ground, you're going to say things like, oh, I love myself, I take care of myself, I respect myself, I'm such an independent queen, I'm such a princess, I'm such a goddess. You're going to keep saying all of these things to yourself because your self-talk is going to improve, of course, but you've also rewired your negative thinking to something that's actually going to work for you and that's going to benefit you in your long run. So you're going to restructure your podcasts and your music list to benefit you. You're going to listen to podcasts that actually help you improve your growth mindset, improve your knowledge, improve your positivity, self-talk. You're going to listen to all of those podcasts. There are a bunch of podcasts on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts. You can just go stream through there. Just type it into the search bar and you're going to see so many and you're just going to be so astonished you haven't been doing this for the longest time. But start now, and you're going to also curate your music to something like, how Sabrina Carpenter's espresso is. Sabrina Carpenter's espresso is the literal definition of positive self-talk, where she's like, that's that me espresso, because you are that espresso, like you are that person. And you know what? You are the person who has all those dreams and goals and ambitions. You already have it. Like, there's a future version of yourself who already has it. All you're trying to do is get there. And how you're going to get there is you're going to do all of this work. You're going to do the real work, the hardcore stuff, and you're going to get there as soon as possible. Of course, you could read books like The Mindset or The Grit. You could listen to podcasts such as The Tim Ferriss Show or The Mindset Mentor. Again, these have particular episodes where they talk about the growth mindset in general. Again, to boost your productivity and to uplevel your game, there is no unmatched book at this point. You can either read Ali Abdaal's book for productivity, or you could read Atomic Habits, because Atomic Habits set people up for life. Like, it's a tried and tested book, and you know what? I feel like you guys should read it because it's going to set you up for success. If these are the kind of genres, these are the kind of podcasts, the books, the music that you need to listen to so that you're in that persistent state of a growth mindset. Having said that, don't forget that this is a journey, so don't expect this to happen overnight because it may not. So don't be disappointed if it didn't work today. But again, people are different. Why should your timeline match my timeline? So you do you. However, I think we come to the end of this brilliant video. I really enjoyed filming this, and you know what? I love the content. I wish I could talk more, but again, this is already very long. So let me know if you guys want me to talk more and just go into a lot more detail as to the mindset shifts and the kind of rewiring you need to go through, the kind of work that you need to do, the inner work, the journaling, all of that. So I'll actually implement all of that in my other videos. And having said that, we come to the end of this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Alright, I'm gonna see you in my next one. Till then, take care and bye. Money on top of me, money on top of her. Money on top of me, money on top of her. Daddy fuck on me 'cause